Well, Nick, none of us were coming here tonight expecting to interview Jaxon Jelkin at the end of the game. Talk about what he came in and did tonight.
Yeah, praise the Lord. So I told the team there are times where the players think and do things that, quite frankly, they catch you off guard. And they do things sometimes that you never even thought of in your wildest dreams. And today, never in my mind. Just like you. There's no way in my mind I thought we were throwing him. And Coach Rozelle said, he's like, hey, Jaxon reached out to me and said, he feels great. And if we need him tonight, we'll use him. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. And the coaching staff, I give our coaching staff a lot of credit. Those guys, we spent a lot of time mapping out a bunch of scenarios because Nate did an awesome job. But as you guys know, he's coming back from the injury, so we didn't know how many innings. Is he going to go 1? Is he going to go 2? Is he going to go 3? We didn't know. So there's a lot of innings to fill. There's a lot of game there. So we came up with 3 scenarios, and one of the scenarios was Jaxon would be pitching. And Nate did an awesome job. Tommy, what a job that he did. And then Jack Sands comes in, gets us out of a jam, and just rolls. And Jelkin, about the 5th inning, I kind of saw where the game was going, and I'm like, hey, man. He's like, I'm ready. And he's like, I said, all right, then you're pitching tonight. He's like, all right. And then we got to the 6th, and I go, you still good? You still feel good about this? He's like, yeah. He was at his turfs on. And I'm like, all right. He goes, all right, I'm going down there to get stretched out. And he just started stretching out and moving around, and the unselfishness on his part. And then I give Coach Rozelle a lot of credit. He went down there to look him in the eye. As he's warming up, right, it's one thing for a player to say something, but you could throw, and maybe you're not where you want to be. And sure enough, he said, no, he was great. And Jelkin convinced him, I guess. And next thing you know, he's in the game, and he's finishing it. And, you know, it's funny what he just told the team. He whispered in my ear, he said, big leaguers throw every 5 days. And I said, Jelk, I was actually going to, and I told the team this, I was going to tell you guys that the job that this guy has done with his body to even get it in position to do this, like no one will ever know. And all the time and effort that's gone into it. And then for him to just thank our strength coach, Brent Jones, to recognize all the time and effort that he put in to fight with him for that moment right there. And maybe one of the more unselfish moves that I can remember, and reminds me a lot of Sean Jelly in 2017 regional to come in and close that thing out. And I watch that video all the time of him punching the last guy out, and man, but very unselfish, and a win that, makes no mistake about it, we all know the magnitude of that win.
Was there like a score that you had in mind, say if it's 2 or less, we'll go into him?
Yeah, a lot of it was going to be feel for the game, and really watching them and the swings and the defense and the night and the ball and the humidity, and all of it went into it. But we felt good if he had a lead, that we would use him, whether it's 1, 2, 3, but a lead, if there was a lead. And we had a lead, and thankfully, because of the job that Nate, Tommy, and Jack did to get us there.
So you use him tonight to get to the 13 wins. Are you convinced that that's enough to get a tournament bid?
I mean, track record and history says so. Yeah, especially with the RPI where it is. That's what the history says. Like, you guys could do all the math and do all the studies, but we still got 3 more guaranteed games. So they're going to be super important. But make no mistake about it, we went for a win today. Yeah.
What about with Tommy? He's not thrown in over a month. Is it just a feeling?
When we went through the guys, we felt like Tommy went through a phase where his stuff was really flat. Quite frankly, he'll tell you the same thing. But over the last handful of weeks, like, he has depth to his pitches. And at the beginning of the spring, he's throwing a ball as good as anybody. He had major depth to all of his pitches, the sinker, the cutter, like all the changeup, all of it. And he's been throwing the ball good. So we just felt like he would be a guy. And boy, did he empty his tank for us. You know, I probably got a little stingy, but my eyes were telling me, and everyone else, like, keep him in there. Keep him in there. And what an unbelievable performance by Tommy.
You mentioned how important of a game this is. What gave you so much confidence in Jack Sams, putting him in a high leverage situation to get out of an inning and then kind of continue on from there?
He's given me and any of us no indication that we shouldn't have confidence in him. Everything about him he does with confidence. He attacks with his fastball. He's throwing his cutter. He's throwing his changeup. He's just all over the zone. And our team loves when he's in there. They play great behind him. So he's never given us any indication that he shouldn't be. So he's earned that opportunity, and he's done great with it.
What's it say about the growth of your team? They had the lead, and then obviously they hit that home run to make it a one-score game, but they tightened things up and they didn't let it get away from them, especially at the Florida game. So what's it say about the growth of your team throughout the season to tighten up and get that win?
Yeah, this team believes, and there's no secret that all the injuries and everything we went through. I really believe, and I would have to go back and check, but I'm pretty confident it's the first time we've had every positional player available the whole year. Like first time all year. Like we have not had our full collection of roster. And then to get Nate back and him rolling, I think you guys could see that. We're a different team when he's on the mound, and you start sitting there and you start going through our starters between Nate, Ben, and Jelkin, and then CMAT has been awesome at times. Like we feel like we have 4 really good starters, that guys that with established and proven that they can get out. So it was just super important, huge win, but the guys just keep believing. They've always believed. And then, you go up and down the lineup and you go all over the field. The job our defense did. I mean, OJ took a beating back there, showed real toughness, blocked multiple balls with runners in scoring position, kept the game in front. How about the job Caden Cloud did at third? Multiple times, going to his left, going to his right. The force out, TJ made a great play on a slow roller come through. Luke Lawrence did a great job. Huddy at first base, picked balls, got the cue shot, like at the hard hit right at him. Just an awesome job. Jace Tarnish with his communication in the outfield. Marcy ran to a ball good. BBC cut off a ball down the line. It was just, that is us at our best. And when we play like that, we're an amazing team. And we have the athletes and the players to do it. It's one thing to say, you got to pitch and defend and get your timely hits, which we did today. But it's a whole nother thing to have the caliber of players that can do it against a really good Arkansas team. That's an awesome team. And that pitcher is, he's unbelievable. Unbelievable. You watch the video and it's like, man, okay. We knew we'd have our hands full. That guy can really pitch. And
facing the strikeout leader in the SEC, Hindle gets the 2-run bomb to start it off. How much confidence did that build up for your dugout there?
Yeah, I love the first inning. JT came out ready to hit, had a hard hit ball. TJ had a hard hit ball. And then Hindle, even with 2 strikes, he battled, fouled off a pitch before that, and then got the home run. It gave our team a lot of confidence. But, sometimes to get real arms like that guy, I've been in this league for 20 years. Like, that guy's good. Sometimes you got to get him in the first. Sometimes if you wait around and you let them keep going, they start cruising. They start cruising. And I thought, though, obviously those runs were crucial. Yeah.
Some of your better hitting games this season seem to be against the other team's ace. A lot of these top arms in the SEC in particular. What do you attribute that to? Do your guys just kind of hone in, or?
The preparation. I give our guys a lot of credit. Like, they're students of the game. They study. The coaches, Coach Sloan, Coach Kuzi, Matty Moe, like these guys are literally like preparing and doing the best job they can to put our guys in positions. And the players are coachable and they're willing to make adjustments and do what it takes to win. So pretty special. And got to keep going. Yeah, got to keep going. I thought Cam Owens did a great job coming in, running the bases. He went first to third. He did a good job going home on that one to stay out of the double play, keep the inning alive, and we had a chance to really put that game away. But our dugout, our team, the belief, the confidence was real. And a game we desperately needed.
You have a tough matchup last weekend against Florida. You blow the game in game 1. Sunday doesn't go your way. A ton of delays. How do you get ready for that short week here, especially when you have to get that win number 13?
Yeah, I told our team after the Friday night, that was a gut-wrenching loss. Like, gut-wrenching. Like, we felt like we controlled the game for a majority of that game. And we came out and responded and won on Saturday. And I thought that was one of the gutsiest wins that we had. Looking back, we have 4 series losses by 1 run. Like, we were literally 4 plays away from having 4 more series wins. Like, let that sink in. Like, we are in it. And with everything that we've been through, now that we're finally healthy, it's like, yes, like you can see the type of team that we can be. And they responded, and huge win. Yeah.
Just going back to Jaxon real quick, would you expect him to start on Saturday still, or how would you expect him to use throughout the rest of the week?
No, I would not expect him to start on Saturday. Now he's going to put my arm behind my back and try to put me in a headlock and tell me he's pitching, and cooler heads will prevail. So he will not be starting on Saturday, no matter what he tells me how good his arm feels. He will not. Yeah.
If you need a big out or a couple of big outs,
I don't know. I have no idea. But he will not start. Like, as much as he'll be like, it's a great question, because I need to prepare for my answer, because it's going to be really simple. It's going to be 2 letters, N-O, and he don't like that word. But unbelievable job. Great crowd tonight. Thank you to all of our fans. Thank you to you guys being here. And look forward to some beautiful weather. And if you can hear my voice, come out and see us tomorrow.
Good.
we did not expect to be interviewing you tonight.
Yeah.
Did you expect us to be interviewing you?
Oh yeah, I woke up this morning and I kind of knew that we needed a win tonight, and so I texted Coach Roselle and just told him like, hey, I feel good. I can throw tonight if you guys need me. So I just did what we needed to do to win.
So this was kind of your initiative, your idea to pitch?
Yeah, I knew that there would be a potential, I'd be able to come in and close this weekend. I just didn't know if it'd be tonight. To be honest, yesterday I didn't feel as good as I did today, so I kind of just went to bed and woke up and knew I felt good and could pitch. So I just texted him and told him whatever the team needs, I'm there.
In terms of like a normal recovery week, where would you have been today in your?
This is my, I think, 5th day. So, you think about it, big leaguers throw every 5th day. So I'm waking up today kind of thinking like, okay, I could pitch if I really need to. And threw a light bullpen yesterday. Felt good in that too. And so I was just like, if I wake up tomorrow and I feel good, I'm going to text them. So woke up, felt good, texted them, and was like, hey, if we need it, I'm there. And, was kind of hanging out inside a little bit, just trying to stay warm and watching how the game was going, and then eventually I went out and I just looked at Coach Min and kind of got them out, and so I went down and waited till I needed to be in.
With postseason play right around the corner, was it important for you to have this sort of experience where you pitch today and presumably on Saturday?
Yeah, man. At this point in the year, we're trying to get wins. So it's in my head, I'm just trying to do whatever the team needs me to do to get a win. We needed that one tonight, and so I was just ready to play.
There's no doubt in your ability to handle pressure at this stage in the season, but could you just walk us through kind of what goes through your mind and through your processes when you see them hit that home run to lead off the 9th and know that, hey, we still got 3 outs?
Yeah, you just resort back to the confidence in yourself. I think the best baseball players carry themselves with utter confidence, and I threw a pitch over the plate and challenged him, and he hit it. So I think you just go back to, okay, that happened, then you move on and focus on executing the next thing. And I think that's just what good pitchers do is move on to the next thing and execute. And honestly, it's like you get a new inning. The guy hits a home run, all right, you got a 1-run lead, and it's a fresh inning with no outs, nobody on. So glad it was a solo home run.
We've only had a chance, to watch you as a starting pitcher. Is there any part of you that's always had kind of a bit of that?
Never closed the game in my life. No. Yeah, never. So that was new.
Do you remember the last time you pitched in relief?
No, could not tell you. I actually take that back. My freshman year, I closed, not closing, but I was a reliever. Worked into a starting role, but yeah, man, I all of high school, all of college, for the most part, I've never came in like that.
What was the preparation like, not being a reliever or closer, knowing you're going to have to kind of assume that role if things are playing in favor of you?
Pre-game, I'm hitting the same routines that I hit as if I were starting. I've got routines that I do every day or when I start, and hit that pre-game and then go down there and just get my body ready. I'm not really a big guy on like superstitions or anything. I just kind of listen to my body, and if I need something, I do it. And then, once you toe the rubber, you just got to be ready to go.
What do you think of those guys that kind of bridged the gap from Nate to you and the job they did?
Yeah, we haven't had Nate all year, so just seeing him back out there and competing hard, definitely really good. And then Jaxon has just come around and been a huge piece for us winning over the last few weeks, and he's just doing a great job attacking. He's got a killer mentality, and that's what we look for in our pitching staff. So all of them, every guy that came in today did a great job. Tommy hasn't pitched all year. He's been limited on his innings, and we talked to him before the game, and we were just like, you got to be ready to pitch today, and he's like, I got you. I'm like, I'm ready. So just having those guys have that confidence that we need, and coming out and doing their job is really good.
I think you came into this season only throwing 46 college innings your whole career, and then
Yep.
back-to-back complete games. What do you think you maybe proven this year?
Yeah, I think, it's been a long journey. I've had Tommy John, and, my draft year at Houston was when I got hurt, and just to go down like that is hard. You got dreams and aspirations you're chasing, and you get knocked down. So I think it's been a long time coming, a lot of rehab, a lot of throwing, just everything it's full circle. And so just to be able to come out and play the game I love with my boys and do it well is rewarding. So
29 pitches tonight. How does that change Saturday's start?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. I honestly could see another closing appearance Saturday maybe. You just don't know. We'll take it day by day. I'll get what I need in tomorrow to try to get back on Saturday. But, at this point, we were looking for that one win right now, and we got guys that can do what we need them to do to win. So, yeah. Good?
Good.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks,
Thank you.
guys. Appreciate it.
Ready to go? Pretty big one tonight. How do you guys feel about the way the overall game played out tonight?
I thought it was really good. Obviously, we made some little adjustments. We had Jelkin come in. He was very selfless to do that too, and that was really awesome. And I loved how we played all the way around with coming out. Nate kept coming out, setting the tone. Everyone getting after it, attacking offense. Really good.
Your big shot, like you said, set the tone early. Got you guys out to the early lead. What'd you see there? And
Yeah, I was just having to fight a little. That at bat, was trying to see some pitches, got deep in the count, had a 2-strike foul ball, and I was just trying to see something over the plate, and I was able to get it and get extended on it, so felt good.
Did it feel maybe at all like you got a little bit of a monkey off your back by building up that lead early and then holding on to it for the whole game, especially after how the Florida series went for you guys?
Yeah, definitely. When we can get out to an early lead in baseball, it makes it a lot easier, especially with what we can do at the back end of games with our pitching staff and how our team plays, where when we can come out and attack early, we have a lot more success.
Skelding and Sams came up big for you guys tonight. Talk about the job they did on the hill.
Yeah, they pitched awesome. Skelding's been waiting for his opportunity again. I mean, he came out ready to go. Earlier this game, Coach Minch just mentioned how he went up to him, and then he was like, "You ready?" And Tommy's like, "Yeah, I'm ready." And Tommy got in there, did his job, got his ground balls really good. And then Jack Sams, he's a freshman. He's been stepping up for us all year. So, that was big for us to slow the game down, shut it down, and then let us get back on offense.
You seen that confidence growing with Sams as the seasons progressed?
Yeah, definitely. Especially even from the fall. Like, he was a different type of ball player, obviously. A little, don't want to say timid, but definitely a different guy. And then now, he's just himself, big personality, and it's awesome to see.
Was there a moment where you saw that come out in him? Or kind of
Yeah, I'd
switch.
say after the Evansville series. I think that was his first appearance, but I remember being out there with him on the mound, and once he got out there and he was pitching his first collegiate game, ever since then, it's been a lot different, a lot better.
Facing the SEC strikeout leader in beats, what was the approach like late for you guys?
Yeah, we just kind of looked at where the most of his pitches were and what we were hunting and where the hits are, and we're like, these are where the hits are, and we're successful on them, so we were just going to sit there and try to get after it there.
You guys have had kind of a habit of hitting some of the better pitchers in the league. Well, what do you attribute that to?
I think it's just how good our team is. It doesn't matter who's out there, who we're playing. It's something we talk about before the game. We don't care who we're playing, who's on the mound, where we are. But, when a guy gets out there, he's good. It kind of makes baseball more reaction, and you can just let your skill fly. So I think that's it.
How do you feel like this sets you guys up for the rest of the weekend, and then knowing Hoover's coming up early in the week?
I think this one definitely sets us up really well, where we can now go try and get a series and go win it. And especially with Hoover coming up, it puts us in a better place, obviously, for postseason. But besides that, one thing we've been focusing on all week is we're just focusing on winning one game at a time. We're like scoreless record, doesn't matter. We're 0-0. We're winning this game.
You mentioned Jaxon earlier. Were you surprised, or was that part of the plan? Hey, if we're ahead late, we're gonna.
Yeah, I was surprised when I saw Zero coming out of that bullpen. I was fired up. It's awesome to see him pitch, and then he comes out and closes the game. Yeah, that's sick.
When you see a moment like that, does it feel like postseason baseball is kind of right around the corner?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, in postseason, some of those things kind of happen, and when you see that, you're like, yeah, it's time. It's right. It's time to go.
Very good.
Good. All right, good job.
Thanks.
Sweet.